Good morning, everyone. Welcome to AM Sports here with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullah. Kotoko Hearts of Oak and Hassan II Kotoko have submitted a proposal to the Ghana Football Association to ensure the sanctity of the product is protected. One of such proposals is to ensure that there are about 20 soldiers at each match venue during every single weekend during Ghana Premier League matches. Let's take a listen to a report as summed up by my colleague, Victor Achutamaklo.
The two clubs want automatic slots on the GFA's Executive Council, which will require changing the current statute to exempt 2 members from the council's elections. They are also asking for revenue share of the broadcast rights deal to reflect their contribution and the number of their televised matches to be made known before the commencement of each season. Today's statement also demanded the constitution of an autonomous league to be run by an independent management team. Hearts and Kotoko are also asking for reinforced police and military presence numbering up to 120 for each match and a strict enforcement of the club licensing requirements for venue protocols. In fact, they went as far as saying that if any venue did not meet requirements, the match ought to be hosted by a different venue. The proposal also asks for a full implementation of the Gbadegbe Commission's reports.
Now, let's take a listen to another report put together by my colleague, Joseph Ayinga Walter, following the viewing party organized by Eagles Ghana.
Nick Sirianni in his 4th year as the head coach, and the job that Hollywood.
Fans of the Philadelphia Eagles and American soccer lovers gathered for a night filled with excitement, entertainment, and high energy. Activities included games, a brass band performance, trivia, prizes, and a magic show as the Eagles demolished the Chiefs to deny them a straight peat. Some fans expressed their excitement about being at the watch party.
Yeah, therefore the Kendrick concert. That's what I'm here to try to up like right now. So like that's what I'm here for. But also I'm also here to support the Eagles. So like.
So I'm just really excited to be able to celebrate. I'm happy where we are. Go Birds!
So far has been good. That's the time I'm excited. And the first half was good. Yes, teams celebrate. So it has been great for me. And the halftime performance, just about me. That's what has been great.
Let's take you to Morocco, where there is a new winner for Hassan II Golf Trophy. My colleague Elon Benan, the Fiamakwa, was there and has details in this report.
Hole number 18. This is where the magic happened for Miguel Jimenez as he towered above all to give those master strokes to win the championship for this 49th edition of the Hassan II PGA Trophy right here in Rabat, Morocco. Of course, the story has been that of a lot of wit and a lot of grit, and the defending champion from last year even said something ahead of time that it was going to be tough. Tough it was indeed, but this is how the story went.
In Ghana. Now, let's begin with you, Miguel. The defending champion from last year mentioned you at the news conference earlier that you are one of the people he was looking out for because of your pedigree. When you were coming, did you have any pressure weighing on your mind as you came in here? Obviously, because you are also one of the highest rated players to have come here. And also, to Kara, what does this title mean to your career going forward, especially as we're all coming back here for the 50th edition of this tournament?
No, I'm coming now, obviously, and I've been a couple of years without victories, with no victories at all, no? And then this is my 14th victory on the Champions Tour. And when I come here, I've been playing very well. I finished second on in Hawaii 3 weeks ago, and my game is on very sharp. And well, as you say, Gonzalez knows that we are playing a lot of golf together, and I feel good. I feel great when I'm here playing the restaurant, and I like the golf course. As I always say, this is one of the best routines we play all year, and I feel good, and I've been passing on the golf course, and there we are.
Kara, your turn. So what is victory means for your career? That's the question you asked.
Yeah, thank you. Obviously, really excited, opening to win this week. It's actually my first professional win on the Ladies European Tour, so I've come second twice, and to come through in a playoff today is obviously amazing. So yeah, I'm over the moon for a start to the season.
Thank you.
Well, that has been the story. And of course, Cara Gainer will come back here next year with the championship tag as she looks forward to hopefully doing a double in the Lala Merriam Cup. Well, it's been a successful 49th edition of this tournament, and all indications are that the 50th will surely be a global spectacle as the previous ones have been. Nathaniel Atto from the lush green courses of the Royal Dar es Salaam Golf Course here in Rabat, Morocco.
Now, let's take a look at the fixtures of the UEFA Champions League matches that will be happening later today. Before we bring in the reaction of Pep Guardiola and Carlo Ancelotti ahead of the knockout run of matches that will be happening later tonight. And we have Brest coming against PSG. Juventus will play at PSV. Manchester City will also come up against Real Madrid, and Sporting Lisbon will play Borussia Dortmund. So these are the first round of matches in the knockout phase. Let's hear from Pep Guardiola and Carlo Ancelotti ahead of their tie later tonight.
Well, it seems like it's a Clasico because we've played each other a lot of times over a lot of years in this competition. I think it will be an entertaining, equal game. It's difficult to predict what's going to happen in this game because it depends a lot, or will depend a lot, on the attitude, the quality, and the confidence and the personality of the teams. It's such a high-level game that you have to come up with the best version of yourselves in every aspect, not just one aspect alone. In terms of being in form, that's not that indicative because I think whether you're in form or not, you have your own opinion on that. City are one of the best teams in Europe. I still think that City have the best manager out there in this competition. So I still think that it's the most difficult game that we can face, whether they're in form or not. I think during these games, if you're not at 100%, you won't get the result. And it's the same for us.
Definitely. There are few clubs in Europe that, for the history, for everything, always it doesn't matter where. In a group stage, on the knockout stage, always is difficult. We have not done, how we said, quite well in group stage, so we deserve to be that we are. So the draw is the draw, and accept the challenge.
Pep, it's the last 3 years you've met Real Madrid in the competition, and each time whoever's won this particular tie has gone on to lift the trophy. You've been involved in it, we've witnessed it, but is this the great Champions League rivalry of this current era, Manchester City and Real Madrid?
I don't think so. We are in this, I would say in the last years, yes. So we play 8 times, 4 times together. We have a good result, bad result. But we won 4, draw 3, lost 1, but at the end, with 2-2, go through. So in terms of the last decade, years, yeah, maybe. Because it's not normal to play in the same rival all the time. But in terms of history, Champions League, at the end we cannot compare, to be honest. So against Madrid or Bayern Munich or Barcelona or Milan or this time of groups, elite groups that we have not been from the history, you know. In the last decade we have been around, but of course in the last years it's, I don't know, the draw all the times we play against them.
That is your sports for now. We do have more sports stories from our joyonline.com. Also join us on Joy 99.7 FM and on Hits 103.9 FM as we bring you commentary of the game involving Manchester City and Real Madrid later tonight. We appreciate your time.
I don't think the government should end the Good for Oil program, because it's clear. And at somewhere in June, the World Gold Council is inviting. I was shocked yesterday. I received an email from the World Gold Council that Ghana has been published officially, in the reserve program, and they stated that Ghana is among the top 5 countries that are practicing the domestic purchase program under the World Gold Council. And I was trying to check. In December, the central bank purchased 1 ton, which is 1,000 kilos of gold. So it means it's good. You understand? We can't stop it, but the challenge is changing of policies, changing of programs, and not bringing the right people on board is causing, because the miners are suffering. If you go to the mining site, the miners are suffering. You don't give money to one person that will go and buy gold, and that person, in a way, create 20 companies with his cousins, with his friends. And the main miner that is even paying dues to the small-scale miner association is not benefiting. Galamsey will continue. You understand? The government provided, I think we helped them in 2020 to launch the mercury-free machines. The question we need to ask ourselves, has there been any audit with the mercury-free machine that was the government supported the small-scale miners? If there's been audit, can we see, it's part of the transparency policy, can we see it? 2, how many produce or extraction during the process of the gold has these machines be able to produce and sold even to PMMC?